I grab my quiver and my bow. It's my gearhead, don't you know? Climbing to the top with gearhead archery. Let's go, everybody. Racing as I take aim, my spirit soaring high. As I release my arrow, reaching for the sky. All right, welcome to this week's edition of Buck Talk Radio on the Outdoor Call Radio Network. Hope everyone's having a good Wednesday all across the good old USA. July 9th. It was like a minute late there. My computer locked up on me, gosh darn it, right before I right before I hit the button to go on the air. So I had to reset everything. Hope everyone's doing well on the live stream. You hope you're doing good there. We're on that. We're good on the app. We got a fun show for you today. Show is brought to you in part today by our good friends at Compass Carts. They are the partner of the week up there, and they do a wonderful, wonderful job. Thank you to Todd and all the gang up at Compass Carts. If you don't know what a compass cart is, you need to check it out, and you'll be pretty happy with it. There you go. All right, we got a fun show. We're going to be talking about what to do with your game in the first part of the season. If you're going out west, if you're going to be out antelope hunting, you're going to be doing some early mule deer or elk hunting. We're going to be talking with our friends out at Racks and Tracks Taxidermy in Knoxville, our buddy Jeremy. And matter of fact, let me go ahead and get him on the air right now, and I will dial him up as we speak. I don't want that. 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 I've got too much stuff on my phone. So let me hit that and get rid of that. And let's see if this brings it up. Okay, that didn't bring that up either. And I know I've put this into my phone. There we go. Let's get him on the line. Jeremy, how you doing, buddy? I'm good. Welcome to the Outdoor Call Radio, Buck Talk Radio show. Hope you're doing well out there at Racks and Tracks in Knoxville. Oh yeah, we got everybody going on the live stream. Hello, everybody. Let me know how you're doing on there. We're doing good there. So, man, beautiful day. Boy, I'm ready for fall, aren't you? Are you? Let me ask you this: are you all caught up with everything from last year already? Wow. Now, is that normal, or did you get pounded last year? Well, that's a good thing, huh? Tell everybody where you're located at real quick. I got to do something. Give me 10 seconds. Tell everybody, go real slow.
We're at 796 115th place. We're just north of Knoxville. We're 8 miles north of Knoxville. We're 8 miles east of Pleasantville, right by the Mile Long Bridge.
And how long you guys been there?
6 years.
6 years. Okay, that's good. Hey, Connie, how you doing in Kansas? Brian, how's it going, buddy? Good to see you. 6 years. You've been doing that for 6 years, or you've been taxiderming longer than that?
We've been almost 11. I've been doing taxidermy for almost 11 years, and we've been full time for 4 years.
There you go. Well, how I met Jeremy, I called my buddy Dave Jones, who we've been working with Jones Brothers Taxidermy in Mitchellville there. Now, I can't say Mitchellville anymore because he's not in Mitchellville anymore. They just moved. But I've been working David hard forever on the shows. And if you, all the mounts behind me that you guys can see, pretty much everything was mounted from them. And they're just good guys. And I told Dave, I said, listen, I'm going to try to do the show another 10 years. And I know you're starting to slow down a little bit. And you're going to cut back a little bit on some of your stuff. Who would you say would be a good fit for the show? Because you know what we do, that I can work with you in conjunction with you guys. That would be good for the listeners. And he goes, call Jeremy. And I called Jeremy, and we had about a half-hour conversation. And Jeremy said, let's go. So we're going to be working with both Jones Brothers and Racks and Tracks, and we're excited to work with you, Jeremy.
Oh, I'm excited. We're gonna have a lot of fun.
Yeah, and there's not a finer feller than Dave Jones. Harv's awesome too, but isn't that not Dave Jones a fine feller?
Yeah, Dave's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. And I heard some good stuff about you. Dave told me it was something about his elk, and I'm not going to say it on the air, but I thought that was very nice of you for what you did.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's kind of what we have to do for each other.
You know, I am so glad you said that. Isn't it nice? It's so much nicer when you can work together and do stuff for people, isn't it?
It is. It is. Especially in something like this. It wasn't expected, and it could happen to any of us. So it's nice to know that somebody's gonna help you out if you need it. So
Yep. All right, so we're in July. It's the 9th, and before we know it, it'll be the end of July. Everybody's going to start getting ready to go out, start chasing some antelope, some speed goats, and then latter part of August, they're going to be going out there chasing some wapiti. So when we get into that type of season, Jeremy, it's either going to be hot or mild in the mornings and then hot in the afternoons, but there's always going to be some heat or some hot temperatures to deal with. And nothing spoils your game or your mounts, your hides more than anything than not doing proper field care with your animals, right?
yes, sir. Especially antelope. Antelope are horrible. That hollow hair just holds heat.
Yeah. So, and here's the thing too. But if you're bow hunting an antelope, if you've never been, if they're not a big hardy animal, if you get your arrow into an animal, you're pretty much going to harvest one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they don't take that arrow very good. And you instead of taking all your pictures and grabs and grins and everything else, you got to field dress that animal as soon as you can.
Yes, sir.
Especially if you're going to eat it. And I've had people tell me they don't like antelope, and every one that I've got, I've enjoyed. It's one of my favorite proteins.
Yeah, I think it's like 50-50. I have clients that bring theirs in that love the meat, and others that they just weren't a fan.
Yeah.
And maybe a location too. And you get up into the sagebrush, they get kind of sagey, but you kind of get out of that, and they kind of have a little bit different taste. So
Yeah, one of my kids, when my kids were growing up, one of their favorite wild game dinners that I made was bad burgers, bear, ground antelope, and ground venison. And you put a little pepper jack cheese in there, and you grill them up. And my kids couldn't get enough of those burgers.
yeah, that'd be pretty good.
It was very good. So let's just talk a little bit about field care. What's the Tony? How's it going, buddy? Good to see you. What's the go to on the field care? I mean, you want to get that animal. Well, you tell
Yeah.
them, Jeremy. What as a taxidermist, especially if you're going to salvage the meat and you're going to want a shoulder mount out of it, tell them what you need them to do as a taxidermist to do your job.
The biggest thing is just to hurry up and get it skinned out and get the meat and get that hide cold. Like I said, they're hollow hair, so they hold heat really well. So they lose hair really fast, and because it holds heat, that meat goes bad pretty fast as well. So the best thing to do is just get it on the ground, get it gutted, just kind of like you would any other thing, any other whitetail or anything else, and then just get it skinned out and get that meat and everything on ice or get it cold.
Yeah. And you really want to get that whole hide off. You just don't want to get the cape off. You want to get everything skinned off, right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even if you can get your meat quartered and deboned, I mean, you're even better off there too. So the colder you can get it, and the quicker you can get it, the better off you are. Antelope are one of those animals that every year, that's probably the worst hide that taxidermists, we lose a lot of them just because field cares kind of, it's pretty slow and they start losing hair pretty quick.
So what happens if you're out in the middle of nowhere and you don't have a cooler or you don't, I mean, what's the best way to get the hide where it doesn't have hair slippage on it?
Eh, Take a cooler. I mean, that's kind of the big thing.
Okay. Okay.
That would
Isn't there like a hide spray preservative or something if you're out and you're not around anything ice wise you can spray on there to help, or did I
I
imagine
mean,
that?
there's a few things on the market, but it's just from what I've experienced and other taxidermists that I've talked to, it's not really a 100%. You
Okay.
know,
Okay.
the
Well, see,
bacteria is still horrible. So
yeah.
once it starts getting a little hot and that hide starts to go bad, there's really not much saving it after that.
Yeah, Jake, thank you, buddy. Thanks for watching. We appreciate that. I'll tell Jenny you said hi. Hi, Todd Rupert. Rupert's Roost and Peace Turkey Calls, or where it's really rut and peace we're worried about right now. But so take a cooler with you. Get you some Arctic ice. Get those Tundra or Alaskan bricks. Those are gonna the Tundra is gonna hold it almost to dry ice. I mean, it's gonna keep that thing pretty much cold
Yeah,
or
yeah,
frozen.
that would work out good.
Yeah.
Wrap your hide up in a trash bag, and then put it on ice. Don't soak it in water. Try to keep your hide as clean and as dry as you can.
Yeah.
The better care you take, the better amount you're going to get.
Yeah, don't put anything in water and then put it in your cooler. You're gonna have a mess on your hands. Yeah,
Yeah,
skin it out, get it in plastic, and then ice it down. Jeff said, hello all. I got the grunt call, Todd. Thank you. Well, there you go. Jeff got his grunt call, so that's exciting. Well, that's good. And then on your meat, you want to do the same thing on your meat. You want to get that meat cooled down, get that hide off, and that the better you can take care of that meat in the field, the better it's going to taste when you get home or get it to the processor. When I was out in the last antelope I shot was in Montana, or actually it was my mule deer. We got it. We got the video done for the show, and then we got him field dressed, and then I took him right to the processor that night. There was a processor, and I recommend if you're out west and you can do a local processor, it's worth the money if you get done, especially if you get done early and you got a couple days there. Because when you go home, everything's packaged and froze, and I mean, Jeremy. It doesn't get any better than that, bud.
No. So the biggest thing I've ran into is you're out hunting with a group of buddies and you shoot your antelope the first thing right in the morning and you throw it in the back of the truck and you have a buddy that wants to go after another herd of antelope.
Yeah.
So your animal stays in the back of that truck for 3 or 4 hours before you can make it back to town, and by then it's already bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's kind of hurry up and either get it skinned out and get it on ice and get it in a cooler, or hurry up and run it back into town and get it to a locker or someplace and get it taken care of.
Yeah, I always say we owe it to the reverence of that animal. If you harvest an animal, you put the time in to get that opportunity. You owe it to the animal to make sure that it's sacrificed, that you're utilizing as much of that animal as you can, and showing it the reverence it deserves. Right?
Yeah, I couldn't agree more.
Yep, absolutely. 5:13 and some change here on Buck Talk Radio. The sponsor or partner of the week is Compass Carts. I want to thank Todd and everybody up there in beautiful Minnesota. I might have said Wisconsin there at first because Skippy's in there, but Todd's in Minnesota. But go check out compasscarts.com. We're visiting with our buddy Jeremey from Racks and Tracks Taxidermy. Now you do all sorts of deer. You do deer, bear. You do turkeys. Do you do fish too?
We do replicas.
Replicas. Isn't that pretty much what everybody's doing now? Is just the replicas?
Yeah, a lot. There's still a few people out there that want skin mount, but for the most part, yeah.
I would rather put the fish back. Just take the pictures. If it's a big fish like that, get the measurements and do a replica and let that fish swim.
Yeah, and it lasts forever.
Well, that's just it. They last.
There's really nothing ever going to happen to that big piece of plastic. So
no. They last, and they look nicer. I that's just my personal opinion, but I'm going to get a replica of some of my walleye I've caught, my 30, my 31. I let them go. Now, see, up in Winnie now, I was told that if you catch a big walleye, they want you to keep at least one now. They don't want you to put them back, which years ago I was told those were the egg layers and stuff, but now a lot of these fishery biologists are wanting you to keep at least one. I don't understand the science of that, but I don't know if it's a management issue or what, but it's always good to check in where you're going to go fishing at and see. But those replicas really are beautiful.
They are. And even if you're going to keep your fish, you can still have the meat. Well, that's what most of us hunt and fish for, is the meat. So
I hunt to eat. I fish to eat. But my ideal of a good fish for eating is 13, 14, 16, 17 inches. Just big old fillet, you get in a 30 something, 20, 26, 28. Now you can cut them in half or thirds, but I like those 15, 16, 17 inches for eating. Those are perfect.
Yeah, I agree.
Especially for wallies. And that is the best tasting fish out there. I had a guy
I'll agree with that. Yeah.
I had a guy get on to me the other day. I don't know why you talk about them walleye so much. Catfish and crappie just as good. And I said, well, listen, catfish and crappie are very good eating fish, sir. But I don't think there's anything swimming that tastes better than a walleye myself.
Yeah, I might put crappie at number 2, but yeah, you pretty much have to keep the walleye up there at the top spot.
Yeah, I would agree with you. Crappie, old paper mouth would be a solid number 2 in my book for sure. That's for sure. Yeah. What's everybody doing on Facebook Live? If you're doing something, let me know. Todd Rupert, I hope you're doing well. I miss you, buddy. I ain't talked to you in a day or two. Oh, Roop, I used to talk to him every day. I don't get to talk to him hardly anymore. He's working so much. Let's see. Let's talk a little bit. I tell you what, let me take a real quick break, and then you hang on. And when we come back, let's talk a little bit about some of the stuff we need to do, getting ready for the fall. And okay, well, maybe I'm. What happened there? Man, my computer is. Oh, okay, there we go. All right, we're going to take a real quick break. Jeremy, don't go nowhere. We'll be right back on Buck Talk Radio. Okay, don't go nowhere. All right, here we go.
That big buck has eluded you for seasons. You see his scrape line, but just can't figure him out. Have you heard of Pure Whitetail? Pure Whitetail can help you see more deer and target that buck that haunts you. Pure Whitetail has some of the best deer scents you can rely on to work scrape lines or build mock scrapes that will help you see more deer. Pure Whitetail's natural and synthetic products are developed straight off their farm. Scents like Bed It Up, Fixation, and Power Shot, to name a few. Scents are available in powder and liquid form to last longer on hanging branches or scrapes. Try the White Lightning Estrus scent. It's a proven scent that bucks can't resist. Pure Whitetail is more than scents. It's a community of hunters that are family. Just go to purewhitetail.com and check out all they have to offer. Scents, hunting gear, seed, grilling sauces, coffee, apparel, field staff opportunities, and family. Want to be more successful in the field? Go to purewhitetail.com or look them up on Facebook. If you love to hunt, join the Pure Whitetail family today.
You're listening to the Outdoor Call Radio with Outdoors Dan on 1350 ESPN.
Have you ever been out hunting and starting to do the hard work of breaking down that game you just tagged, only to have your knife fail after you just tried?
If you're an archer, you know how important the feel and performance of a bow is on your ability to send that arrow to where it needs to go. Not all bows are made the same, and that's especially true when it comes to gearhead. Gearhead bows are made in the USA and feature models that are compact, quiet, and lightweight. These bows maneuver extremely well, whether you're in the tree stand or the ground blind. If you're a saddle hunter, Gearhead is definitely a bow you need to check out. Gearhead bows are engineered to be ahead of the game on the newest tech available out there. Gearhead shoots for 100% customer satisfaction every day. They are constantly looking at ways to keep Gearhead bows quiet, deadly accurate, and affordable. So when you're looking for your next hunting partner, head over to your nearest dealer like Archery Field and Sports in Altoona, Iowa, or go online to www.gearheadarchery.com. Stack the deck on your next hunt with Gearhead. Shop online at gearheadarchery.com or locally at Archery Field and Sports in Altoona.
Hey America, when you barbecue, cookies is the one. Lots of flavor, lots of goodness, thick and rich, lots of fun. Hey America,
Hey, Chris.
when you barbecue, try Cookies barbecue sauce for a treat. Cookies barbecue sauce is the barbecue sauce America loves to eat.
In these times when a lot of us are working from home, it's even more important to make sure your home is the right temperature and comfortable. Now is a great time to call the experts at Wyckoff Heating and Cooling at 287-6000 to schedule a check on your current heating and cooling systems. Is your house too dry and giving your family issues? A Honeywell dehumidifier system installed with your AC heating system can solve that issue right away. Wyckoff Heating and Cooling is a family-owned and operated business that has been serving Iowa residents and businesses for over 70 years. They offer 24-hour service and programs like the Peace of Mind Plan for less than $15 a month. So if you want more time on the water or in the woods this year, please call the folks at Wyckoff Heating and Cooling for any of your home or business heating and cooling needs. One call to Wyckoff Heating and Cooling will bring you peace of mind under your roof every day.
It's my gearhead, don't you know? Climbing to the top with gearhead archery. Heart racing as I take aim, my spirit soar.
All right, welcome back to Buck Talk Radio on the Outdoor Call Radio Network. Hope everyone's having a good July 9th all across the good old USA. Tommy, good evening. Jeff, good evening. The Loverdowski finally got on Sunday hunting approved in PA legislator. There you go. Daryl Adams in Oklahoma. How's it going, buddy? Good to see you. And I think I got everybody on there. We're visiting with our buddy Jeremy out at Racks and Tracks Taxidermy in Knoxville. And Jeremy, did I lose you? You still there?
No, I'm still here.
Okay, so there you go. I was hoping that feed line was good. All right. So October, okay, September 15th, we can start urban hunting in most places in Iowa. It's going to be warm then. Same thing applies to your deer. If you get a deer, you want to get that deer skinned out, you want to get that hide off and get that meat to your processor, get it cooled down. Same thing right there.
Yes, sir.
Anything special you need to tell them as far as they want to get a shoulder mount, or you want to give them a quick tip on caping, where to cut the cape, and so that you have enough room to do a good job?
So with me, I would just assume have the whole cape, and then I can cut it kind of the length that I want. Because I do have some people come in for just a shoulder mount, and then when they get here and they see some of the wall pedestals that we have, then then they want to change their mind to that. But by that time, they've already cut the cape and it's already too short. And we always get the hey, my buddy knows how to cape, and he caped it out for you, and I get it, and it's about 3 or 4 inches too short, and so we have to deal with that. So just for me, I would just assume have the whole cape, and then I can kind of deal with it.
Okay, so if you want the whole cape, give them a reference point where to cut.
Down, you can down the belly, start at the sternum, go down in between the back legs, so you can open all that up, and you can get it gutted out and get everything cleaned out.
Okay, like mid rib.
People, even if you don't know how to cape, you can get a hold of me and I can meet up with you, or you can bring it to me and I cape. I have a lot of people that I just cape deer, right in the back of their truck, so they don't have to worry about it.
Are you talking about you want from the back of the ribs forward, or back towards the back hip? What length?
I'll take it all. I'll take everything. Just skin it.
Okay, so you want everything.
Yeah. Okay. And then I can adjust my length on how much I need.
Okay. All right. That's I just needed to ask for my own benefit there. So
yeah. Then if I cut it too short, it's my fault, not yours. So.
Yeah. Well, Dave was always saying he had to sew whenever I did something. He spent 10 hours sewing it up again. So yeah. So Ellen, how you doing? Ellen? Good to see you. Can you ask your guest what the new venue was for a taxidermy show was? What was the new venue for the taxidermy show? Jeremy?
The new venue for the Iowa show was actually in Des Moines this year at the Sheraton Hotel.
At the Sheraton Hotel, Jeff, if you didn't hear that. So.
And that's where it'll be at. I think we're going to do it again in March of next year. And it'll be in the same place.
Okay. All right.
It was a good place. It was. It used to be at the Meskwaki Casino, and we kind of got away from that. We had a lot of people that were unhappy, so we kind of got away from that, and we found a place in Des Moines. So it was pretty nice.
Okay. All right. That'll work. All right. So they can find you on Facebook, right?
Yep. We have a website as well.
What's the website?
Racks and Tracks Taxidermy.com.
And don't call him Jesse. Call him Jeremy. I did that. I called Dave today. I shouldn't tell this on myself, but I don't know what it is about you and your name. I called him. I said, hey, I'm going to have Jesse on later today. Are you moving still? He goes, yeah, we just got moved in because they moved. And I said, well, I'm going to have Jesse on and talk a little bit about early field care and stuff. He goes, Jesse. I said, yeah, Jesse, Racks and Tracks. He goes, Jeremy, Dan. It's Jeremy. It's like, God, what is with that guy? I don't know why I keep calling him Jesse.
Well, Saturday morning you started it out right, and then you changed it.
Give me a year or two, Jeremy. I'll get it right eventually. It takes me a while. So
yeah. I feel you.
All right, we're gonna be giving away a shoulder mount, maybe two. I'm gonna work that out with Jeremy as we get in there. I definitely want to try and do a youth one, but we're gonna try to do something for the hunters on the shows, and maybe we'll take it. What we'll do is we'll have a little outdoor call radio contest, and you just take your deer over to Racks and Tracks, and let Jeremy look at it, take a picture. And then we'll put you in a drawing, and we'll talk about the youth thing before. I'll let you know well before youth season, because I told him he said, well, let's do two, and I said, well, I don't want to wear you out, so we'll see what we're gonna do for sure. But if you got 30 deer to do, I want to make sure you're caught up first.
Oh no, we'll be good.
All right, you're gonna be good by October.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Man, are you? Okay, man.
Yeah.
Well, how many deer do you put out a day?
It really kind of depends on the week. Like, this week I'll do 5 deer this week, but I've also got some pheasants to do and a couple other things. So.
And birds are always more time consuming, aren't they?
Oh yeah, a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I know when the guy that did my turkeys before, he always told me it was just so time consuming taking those turkeys and doing a full body mount on them.
Yeah, turkeys are horrible. That's a couple-day process. So
Yeah. You know what really looks cool? Now, I haven't got one of these, but I've been seeing these on Facebook. Have you seen these turkey frames that they're doing now with the fan and the wings?
yeah, the picture art,
Yeah.
or the feather art. Yeah,
Is that not cool?
yeah, and it's starting to get really popular. Even, I've even seen people now doing them with ducks and pheasants and stuff like that as well. So
Yeah. Okay, Captain Gary up there in Minnesota, my bear guide up at Bear River Guide Service. He says hi. Jeff, it was in my backyard. I guess he's talking about the taxidermy thing. Mark Parker, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Maybe Jerry can do one and Jesse can do one. Yeah, there you go. Now they're giving me trouble for your name now. There you go. Yeah, we'll have to work that out. So, all right, Jeremy, listen, I'm going to let you go, but thanks for hopping on the show with me. We'll have you on a few more times this year. And then I will try to get out there and see you in the next week or two as soon as I free up a little bit more. And I'm anxious to see the place. And we appreciate you working with us and Dave and Harv. And we're going to have some fun on the radio shows for a few years.
yeah, I appreciate you having me on, and yeah, we'll have a lot of fun doing this.
All right, buddy. We'll talk to you soon. Let me know if you need something, okay?
Okay, thanks, sir.
All right, there he goes. Jeremy Lee, everybody, from Racks and Tracks Taxidermy in Knoxville, Iowa. There you go. 527 and some change. I got some stuff to tell you. Mocks, we're mocking out. I've got some pure whitetail mineral blocks with barrier persimmon. We're going to try to get out and see how that's going. Kool-Aid Archery has their big Christmas sale going on right now. So if you go to KoolAidArchery.com, Kool-Aid is Kuhle, Kool-Aid Archery. And go check them out. I'm shooting the Feezies. That's the 4mm shafts. I love them. They're flying great. They do good there. Gearhead's got their big anniversary weekend coming up July 19th. If you want to come up to Madison, Wisconsin, I will be up there for part of the day. There's going to be a big open house. All the Gearhead team members are going to be there. They're going to have barbecue. Skip's going to have a lot of the bows set up so you can shoot them, and there's going to be some special giveaways going on at the factory. It's right there on Ronald Reagan Drive. But the big Gearhead anniversary deal. For all my crossbow hunters out there, I've been getting a lot of question about crossbow broadheads. We just made a deal with Speed Broadheads with Mike and the gang out there. And these are actually these crosscut aluminums. We've got actual steel 125 and 120 crossbow broadheads. I'm going to be giving some of these away to some crossbow hunters first, and then we'll give some regular ones away on the show in a few weeks. So if you feel the need for speed, you're going to want to check out these new Speed broadheads, and they should be starting to see these in stores near you. And I shot them. And these are from the original creators of Rage Broadheads. They are back in the broadhead business, and they put a lot of design and work in these. And these things are some of the most impressive mechanicals I've ever seen and shot. They're just amazing. Speed Broadheads, check them out, and you'll enjoy those. Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate that. That's very kind of you. All right. Real quick, DNR Iowans are encouraged to report wild turkey sightings in July and August. The DNRs need your help. If you see turkeys out with poults, baby turkeys, just go online at iowadnr.gov/turkey and tell them what you saw in the field. They're looking for some help with turkey counts, and that's important. We're always the eyes and the ears of all our DNR people, so do that. The Iowa roadside surveys are going to start coming out here 1st of August. So they're going to be out there doing their 99 tracks across Iowa. Pheasant hunters bagged more than 460,000 roosters in 2024. So roosters are coming up. I just talked to the guys at Game Hide. They've got some really cool stuff they're going to be showing you real quick here. So I know a lot of folks are starting to get their fall gear together. I know Pure Whitetail's got their big bash this weekend. I'm going to miss it. Dang it. I got to take you. I got to stay here and help Jenny. Otherwise, I would be in Ohio with you. But everybody at the bash, have a great time, and tell Josh and Grant I said hello. I'm going to miss all of you. We always have a lot of fun out there. Hopefully next year I get a chance to get out there. Real quickly, hunters also harvested rabbit and squirrel harvest both increased over 2023. Iowa quail numbers last year was 27,500 birds, or 2,700 fewer than last year. Iowa's rabbit and squirrel harvest both increased over 2023. Rabbits by 13%, squirrels by 32%. And Iowa mourning dove hunters harvested an estimated 143,000 doves, down from 195 in 2023. So I think that's it. I think I got everything in. Weeby Knives, we're going to be doing a special deal with Weeby Knives. We got a couple contests going on the Outdoor Call Radio app. If you don't have the app, you need to download it. It's free. And just listen for the secret listener contest and some of the other stuff. We got a lot of fun stuff coming out here pretty quick. Unknown Files is on tonight at 7 o'clock. Go check out the Illinois Paranormal Research Group if you like ghost hunting. That is going to be for you. I'm going to get out of here. Have a great weekend. And I will talk with you on Saturday. If you need something, let me know. Otherwise, I'll talk to you soon. And thank you, as always, for being part of the Outdoor Call Radio family. Talk to you soon. Let me say goodbye to everybody on Facebook. Let me know if you all need anything. Thank you. Hey, Hoyt, how you doing, buddy? Thank you for listening. I appreciate you. Gary, tell everybody up there in Deer River I said hi. I will tell everybody, I'm going to tell everybody good night on Facebook Live. Good night, everybody.